I want to start this morning. How about by praying? Father, I thank you for this time. Pray, Lord, that everything, God, that has been accomplished here in this place, Lord, as we come to a close, God, that it would find rest in our souls and would move us along, Lord, as we exit these doors today. Father, I pray, God, that you would just continue to inspire and encourage your women, continue to heal them and bring them to amazing health. And Lord, I pray that you would just help them to keep to the path. In Jesus' precious name, amen. The original message that I had was no leaky cups, but I decided to change it to keep to the path for our closing session today. I want to start with a quote from Edward T. Welch. I love this quote so much, it's the last quote in my book. The path of God's love is a path that leaves us overflowing. Our cup cannot contain what God bestows on us. Our goal is to love people more than we need them. We are overflowing pitchers and not leaky cups. Isn't that awesome? We are overflowing pitchers and not leaky cups. This weekend has been awesome as we've learned so much about the abilities of God's extravagant love. God's love. I've learned, ladies, that the path of God's love is a road of process. Can we hear that? You see, we've only just begun. The path of God's love is a one day at a time. Walk it out today, and then walk it out tomorrow, and then next week, walking in process, walking in His love. And if we are willing, it is God who will bring us to more overflow. Listen, more overflow tomorrow than today. Yes. And more next week than this week. Yes. You see, sometimes we want it all like today. Hooray! Yes, we're on the path. We stick to the path. God heals us and brings us to more completion today and then tomorrow and in all the days to come. It's a journey. Our life, our Christian life is a journey. It's a journey where each day we can wake up and say, my cup cannot contain what God bestows on me. Isn't that awesome? Keep to the path. In this closing message, I prayed and it was like, what, Lord, would you like me to give to the ladies? And this is it. I want us to change from the thought of a cup to the thought of a piece of copper. I want to share with you this morning what is my life lesson. You see, it was a few days after I was in the hospital that I was given an art project. Remember when I told you that the first night, actually the first hours I was there, they gave me a craft project and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't want to live, what's more, do a craft. But I have two craft projects that are my prized possession that I would keep. If there was a fire in my home, it would be those that I would take, and my children's pictures, my wedding pictures, and that's probably about it. My life lesson. On this PowerPoint, it shows the project that I did while I was in the hospital. I didn't know then that it was more than a craft project. You see, they were trying to figure me out. It was psychology. They were trying to get into my brain and figure out how it works. They gave me this piece of copper, and it was just a hardened form, just a flat piece. And underneath of that mold was a mold, and it was a picture of a kitten and a ball of yarn. You can see that. And at that moment, obviously I was there a few days past when I first entered, because they gave me a little tool, and on one end was a blunt edge, and on the other was a little sharper edge. So that was good. That, yeah, they trusted me. And so the teacher said, now what you do is you just, take this and rub and just, take your time and go ahead and then, the picture will come out. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. And so I would go and I just took that, and I went to town and I finished and I went and I gave it to her, and she looks at me, and I can remember to this day the look on her face. She said, you know what, Debbie, she says, it's great, but it's not done. And I was like, it is done. I'm done. And then now I think, I don't know if they were trying to get my anger to come out or what, but inside I was like, lady, I'm done. She's like, you're not done, really? And I'm like, are you kidding? She graciously took my art project, and she had me sit down with her, and she began to take both sides of the utensil that you use, and she sat there seriously. I don't know how long it was, but it's like, man, come on, it's done. Look at the picture. It's like, what are you doing? She went and she was in like one little corner, and by the time she was done, then she held it up and she said, now look. And I looked at the picture, and it was like, wow. I mean, in the little corner of the ear, it's like it came alive. It was like three-dimensional. It was like beautiful. This is my life lesson, and I believe it will become a part of your life lesson. It reminds me of a continuous lesson from our loving Lord. See, the mold under the workings of our life is the image of His Son. We have the most awesome mold ever. God is willing to make our lives beautiful, but in His time and in His way, and with His loving hand, and by His constant revealed love.